A few videos ago, if you go down the list, I did a live video where I did a little rant about YouTube and how YouTube is changing from what it was before to what it's becoming. Censoring some people for what they believe, for the things they say, while promoting others for believing the opposite. Some of the good things about YouTube are very obvious. There's people who now make a living from YouTube, a living that before they couldn't do it. Like, for example, people travel in their vans or RVs and film all that stuff, put it on YouTube, and make a living from that. This is something that you couldn't really do a few years ago, even never mind decades. And YouTube has given the opportunity to people like me to basically be filmmakers. We can film stuff, we can edit that stuff, and then we can put it out on YouTube, and then people will go and watch it. We don't have to have a film company, we don't have to have a film distributor, we don't have to have people financing our videos or movies. It's a one-man show, or in my case a four-man show, but that's besides the point. We make the stuff, we edit the stuff, and we put it out there, and people watch the stuff if people want to watch stuff. And this is one of the beauties of YouTube, that it's given people like me, even though I don't make a living off of YouTube, it's giving people a chance to not only make a living, but to create a family. There's a family and a sense of community there on YouTube that didn't exist before. People that don't know each other personally can become friends and can communicate by email or phone calls or text or whatnot, and have a family that before they didn't have. So before, let's say, the advent of YouTube, if you were living in a van, you were pretty much isolated. You probably didn't know that there was other people out there living in vans unless you met them in some parking lot or in some campsite or wherever you met these people. So you probably didn't know about people across the country unless you personally knew them. And YouTube has brought people from across the country and from across the world together, and in a way that was never possible before. Before, you could have a website, you could have some other form of media outlet, but it was very limited. Now you make a video, you put it out there on YouTube, and instantaneously potentially thousands of people can see your video all across the world. And this is the beauty of YouTube. It's one of the good things of YouTube. It brings an income to people that before would have a hard time maybe making an income, or allows people to travel in their vehicles while also making that income. It allows people to connect with each other from across the world. It allows people to become a family. It allows people to actually meet other people. It allows people like me to go across the country and meet wonderful people like I've met. If you are watching this, and if you've met me, it was a pleasure meeting you. I've met quite a few of you. Some of you are on YouTube. Some of you have bigger channels than I do. Some of you have smaller channels than I do. To me, it doesn't really matter what size you are. I didn't meet with someone based on the size of their channel. My thinking is not one, oh, I want to meet with this person because they're so big. I want to be able to suck some of their subscribers into my channel. I don't think like that. I don't care who you are. Actually, I will probably avoid, if I ever go to some place like the RTR, I will probably avoid directly meeting some of the bigger people, because I don't need that. I don't want, I don't need that sucking up subscribers from the other person. My thinking is not like that. I will gladly meet with nobodies. I will gladly meet with people who have no channel whatsoever. So, but this whole YouTube thing has brought people like me and others together. I would never meet some of the wonderful people like that I've met, as I said before, and YouTube has made that possible. So as much as YouTube is changing, and as much as some of us don't like the way YouTube is heading, and I personally think if you think that if YouTube continues to go the way they're going, that they're shooting themselves in the foot, they're biting the hand that feeds them, and they could become obsolete in years to come. But for the time being, the wonderful thing of YouTube is that it has brought people from all sorts of life, from all places around the world, together as a family. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Psalm 91, 1-2.